Alright, I'm back. I'm just getting ready for this. Oh, well, I actually took a couple of flights already. But, so, this is pretty much hammerstone except for that one through there. And I think it was this one through here. So, I did do a couple and I trimmed this edge back. And then I was like, oh crap, the camera, better turn it back on. But I lost quite a bit of length because that boogery area in the back that I showed you guys, that just fell apart. So I had to clear that out. So now it's a little bit droopy towards the tip. Hopefully I can still get rid of that by smoothing this out a little bit more. I might not be able to because it's pretty flat on this side and not so flat on this side, so I might even end up losing a bit more length. But so far, I mean, it's looking not too bad. I need to get this as slick as I possibly can. So these next few videos might be a little bit on the slow side because I really have to take my time so I don't break this thing, because this is hard rock. This raw Burlington is just mutant hard, and for some reason I always have trouble snapping it correctly. Like, it's very, very seldom that I actually get a really nice looking point out of this stuff. Well, no, that's not true, but it's just hard stuff, and it's, in my opinion, quite tricky to nap. Well, for me it is tricky to nap anyway. I love napping, it's my favorite rock. But, yeah, and hopefully this camera angle is going to be a little bit better. It's a little bit lower, a little bit more over. I can even move it more over still. I might do that when I start pressure flaking, which hopefully will not be too long, because I don't have a lot of time this evening, because we're gonna go and try and see the Northern Lights tonight. So, because it's a nice clear night, and so we're gonna drive out somewhere nice and dark and go try and see the Northern Lights. Hopefully that's gonna pan out. We'll see. Alright, so I got quite a bit of weight on this side, so I'm not going to worry about my tip too much right now. I'm just going to try and bring this down and see how that goes, and then I might have to bring the tip just a little bit this way to get that shaped out. But I'll try and show my platforms before I hit them and what I'm planning on doing. So if you guys look from the front, they've got this thick area through here right there, so I kind of already set up somewhat of a platform right there. So I'm not going to go too deep. I'm going to try and get the flake to run just up to there and like nice and smooth out. So it's a pretty stout platform, but one right next to it. Try and isolate that a little bit better. Okay. Come on. There we go. Alright. Little spot right there. I've got quite a bit of width left, so I'm not too worried about how rough I am isolating my platforms, as long as I get a nice isolation. So I'm going to take a flake through here now. Nice. I try and scrunch back like these little back scrunches, just to kind of get rid of like that top smoothness to it, and it creates a nice little platform bevel that helps release that flake. And that's just a beautifully feathered flake. That's a stunning flake. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Okay. And I also try and get rid of these little, by pressure flaking with the stone, pressure flaking these little high spots off of it, so it's a nice smooth platform, so you don't oh man. Alright. Okay. That's actually way too steep for antler, but I'll give it a go anyway. But I'll give it a go anyway. Fantastic. Woo-wee. Got it. What I'm doing at the moment as well is I'm pinching way at the top where the platform is, like so, way up here, and then no pressure or anything on the back. So I'm basically just holding the platform and then nothing in the back, and then my flakes will just kind of, and I have my angle just right, like in one of my previous videos I showed you where I kind of imagine that line going through where I want the flake to end, and then the flakes just absolutely, where am I, beautifully feather, look at this, feather terminate, shit, yeah, that word. Terminator. Beautifully terminators. Starting to get my body to do what I want it to do. My body. Ah. Son of a... You bastards. Alright, well, I ain't gonna take that flake right now, so we'll just wait. Stop turning. I'm trying my absolute best to, as well, when I'm turning my edges, to to get really nice feather terminations as well, so I don't end up having little steps running all along the edge, because the more problems I have now, the more problems I'm gonna have to deal with when I am pressure flaking it, and I don't want to be doing that. I want a really nice, really good setup so I can concentrate on my pressure and nothing else, because it's not the easiest of things to do. I take my hat off to the fellas out there that can do it proper. There we go. That was actually a nice flake. Anyway. Okay. I'm gonna try and make a little bit of a rounded nose Sloan as well. I can't remember where it is, like I want to say Spring Creek, but I know that's not right at all. But on Lithic Casting Lab, on Pete's website, there's a Sloan that he's got pictured on there that is just spectacularly beautiful, and it's got a very rounded nose to it. It's probably a knife with a super rounded nose like that, but I don't know. That's just me guesstimating. But it's a beautiful, beautiful point. So I'm going to try and make a itty bitty little teeny tiny half, no, not even half, less than half of that one size. So I'm pretty sure that one's 12 inches long, maybe 11 inches. I don't know. This is only like 5¼ inches. So anyway, and what I am shooting for is like a 5:1 thickness ratio, because if you do that pattern flaking correctly, not that I'm an expert, but if you do that flaking correctly, these things thin down stupid fast. Actually, if you bugger it up and you keep on having to move your edge to shoot the flakes, then they thin down even quicker, and your pattern looks like horse shit. So alright, let's see if I can run. I really need to run it along that ridge. Alright, come on baby, you can do it. Ah. Oh, it's getting there. Don't know if you guys can see that, but that's pretty freaking smooth. That is pretty freaking smooth. So I'm gonna bring this edge in just a teeny tiny little bit more, bring this back in a little bit more, just clean this side up ever so nicely. I'm gonna try and not touch this side now at all, because I've got it set up in such a way now where if I start taking flakes off down this edge, then that'll flatten this out just a little bit, because it's flat through here, but this edge is drooping just down a little bit. So all I need to do is run flakes halfway That's the plan anyway. This one's going to be even real shorter because I got a little bit of a valley here. Man, it's hard to see anything on this shit. So a little bit of a valley there. So this flake here is just going to be a real short one. I'm going to try and spread it out a little bit from there like this maybe. We'll see how it goes though, probably, but we'll see. Let's see. Okay, so it went through there and then feathered out into that perfectly. So I got a little bit of that concretey stuff. Where is it? There. I'm gonna run one all the way into there, up to there, hopefully. And I'm gonna use my finger support underneath. Okay, well the flake broke up on me, but went all the way into there and perfectly feathered in. Okay, now I've got a platform right there, but it's not isolated at all, so I'm going to isolate that a little bit more. I'm going to run a flake hopefully into here and then thin down my base just a little bit. My base needs to be thinned down quite a bit more. So now it's isolated just a little bit more through this one here. I don't know, can you guys even tell? Somewhat, I guess. So I'm gonna run it along there. There's like something that looks like a ridge, but that's alright. It's just gonna cause the flake to spread out a little bit more. That's okay. Oh man. This rock smells funky because I had it soaking. Nice. Oh well. I had it soaking in a bucket behind my workshop. And the water got a bit funky. So the rock smells a bit funky. Well, it did smell like the inside of it. Doesn't smell funky. So I always get to a point like this and I realize I should have done stuff sooner. Like, the problem is that I have now is this side is so nice and smooth and I'm so far out of shape that I'm gonna have to start beating this edge back and forth to get it in, and then run some more flakes on this side to get that smoothed out. But then I stand a huge chance of messing this good face up again with all edge fractures and hinges and crap. But if I focus and let me just try and take my time with it. There's no reason why it shouldn't stay spectacularly nice. I'm not gonna mess with this tip too much. Like, I'm gonna try and sort the tip out when I'm flaking, pressure flaking, because I can get rid of some stuff with the pressure flaking before I actually take a pressure flake. So kind of fixing up my boogeries, and please don't snap them off. Come on. There you go. I knew that was fairly safe to do, but it always freaks me out. Barely safe. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna have to now go through the process of bringing this edge in. And hopefully I don't mess up that face too much. So far so good. Oh crap. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop it here for a bit.